this is you. This right here. This is your response to people every single day. This flame right here. See, this flame is how you respond to people because it can be either big or small, and it can be catastrophic or it can be essential to one's survival. This fire right here, I can light it up and light this entire building on fire right now with this flame right here. Or I could light a fire if it's cold outside when I'm wearing the sweater. It can warm me up, and I'll be able to survive essentially for the night. See, many people consider fire as destructive just because they see the bad parts of it. Just like how many people see that's how many people see other people as being negative people because all they do is spat out nonsense. But when you have gentleness inside of your spirit, people aren't seen as destructive creatures, just like this lighter. When we are filled with the spirits of the fruit of gentleness, we will correct others with easiness instead of arguing in resentment and anger, knowing that their salvation is far more important than our pride. And that's really what the opposite of gentleness is. What defeats gentleness in your spirit is pride. And it's really close to me because I struggle with gentleness from time to time. You see me as like, oh, this really nice guy that doesn't want it, that always has a great attitude, or I'm always happier. That's not the case because in a heartbeat, when someone says something that rubs me the wrong way, you want to snatch that person up in a heartbeat. That's just human nature. But in reality, when you have gentleness inside of you, you can change someone's perspective or change someone in general because of how you respond. Life and death resides in the tongue, ladies and gentlemen. And your tongue is a very powerful weapon. You can cut some people down or you can build them up. And people don't realize how strong their words are until they really hurt somebody. Which is sad to say because in my life, and I'm pretty sure in everyone's life, we've said something that really hurt somebody and we feel really bad about it afterward because we don't realize how strong words are. Like the whole saying, oh, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me. That stuff is a load of baloney, ladies and gentlemen. Do not listen to that. Because when you call someone out when they think they're feeling good, they're going to get hurt. So words do hurt. Really, if we talk about, we're thinking about being gentle, people who have a gentle spirit are really humble whenever someone approaches them the wrong way. They're humble when they're given criticism. They don't respond to our pride. They don't respond the wrong way whenever adversity comes to them. Like for example, in high school, I was in about 10th grade. I was like 15 at the time, and I was going out with a girl. And someone's talking about a girl on live at 7:45. I was going out with a girl, and her ex-boyfriend was this huge, like 6'8" guy. Big dude, played football. Huge dude. I picture Christian, except wider. This man was ginormous. He didn't like that I was going out with his ex-girlfriend. I didn't even know the guy. I knew he played football. I didn't know he used to go out with this girl. And he was jealous. I'm guessing he was jealous. There's no other possible reason. But anyway, so every corner that he would see me, he would mess with me and try to get me up so that I could start something with him, and then there'd be a giant conflict every other turn. It was annoying, but I'd respond out of anger. I'd respond out of just annoyance at this point. He became a nuisance. I remember one day after cadres, we were talking about gentleness, and I was like, "Oh, gentleness means you're gonna be a pushover," but then in reality, gentleness is complete power and that you have under perfect control. Because when you have God on your side, you have complete power, but that's under control. And that's what being gentle is. You're restraining yourself from snatching somebody up, essentially. So after it was one day, we were in lunch, and he threw something at me. And I was like, I wasn't having that. It didn't leave a mark or nothing, but he just threw something at me, and it was annoying. So I got up, I walked over to his table, and everyone thought something was about to go down because two big dudes were about to clash. I looked at him, I said, God bless you, I hope you have a blessed day. And sat there in the middle of the lunchroom, and we looked at each other for a good maybe 2 minutes, and his mouth is just open. He's like, what are you going to say at that point? Because at this point, when you speak God into the midst of a situation, you speak something even more powerful than yourself in the midst of that situation to shut down that quarrel. And that's what I did. And at that point, there's nothing you could say. At that point, if he said something bad about me after that, how's it going to make him look? You just shut down God in the midst of all these people. He's not going to do anything about that. And from then on, it wasn't an issue between us. And because I had gentleness in that moment, it diluted the whole situation down from being it could have been a major conflict and all of us would have gotten in big trouble to just a simple issue. So this is you again. Remember, this is you, the lighter. Probably see me do all of this all throughout the take. This is your response, and this is who you come in contact with every single day of your life. You can do this. You have conflict with them, and it can go up in the flames. You will destroy that person beyond belief. You will destroy that person beyond repair because of your words of life and death. I almost burned my finger there, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Since life and death resides in the tongue, you could say something to that person out of your pride, and your word could have escalated into that giant thing that giant ball of flame you just saw, and it would have destroyed that person. It would have ruined what could have been their salvation moment in that area, which you could have been a moment to speak some life into that person. But instead, you decided to respond out of your pride, and you broke them down beyond repair. Because now, that person could be gone from your life forever. But the opposite of that is when you have this flame, you have your response, and when someone comes to you, you can respond back with the gentleness of the Holy Spirit and respond and provide warmth for their spirit. To where they're spiritually dead, it's very cold. That person is a cold person. Where they're spiritual death there. I can't get my words out. Where there is spiritual death, there is a lot of cold, there's a blizzard in that person. But when you respond with the gentleness and the warmness of your spirit, you can heat that person up and give them survival. That's what gentleness of the Holy Spirit is. Proverbs 15:1, and no matter tried to say it last week. Proverbs 15:1 says, "A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." Think about how you respond to people. Before you, instead of burning them down like this, I may just burn my finger this time. I really just burned my finger that time. Instead of doing that and hurting them, you can provide warmth for them and give them survival. That's what gentleness is.